Let's start with Bisping warns Michael Chandler not to underestimate Conor McGregor. McGregor hasn't competed since suffering a gruesome broken leg in July 2021. Chandler believes McGregor might not be as good as before because of his injury, while Bisping thinks Chandler would be making a grave mistake by underestimating Conor McGregor. Recently, Bisping uploaded a video on his own YouTube channel warning Chandler. Here's what Bisping actually said.
I think I hit harder than he does.
Whoa. He just said I don't need to get into a fight with a guy that's got a bigger rifle than me. And then he goes on to say, I think I hit harder. Okay, so which is it? You cannot be drunk on your own ego. Michael Chandler is an entertainer, okay? Whether it's in the ring, whether it's in the post-fight interviews, the fights themselves, the man is a born entertainer.
Conor McGregor, get your candy ass back to the octagon!
This man should be out there in the WWE, the UFC, whichever promotion he chooses. The man is explosive. Every single time he fights, he's phenomenal. Win or lose, he shows up against Justin Gaethje, against Dustin Poirier. Two of the best fights the UFC has ever put on, right? So I can't wait for this fight. But he has to respect what McGregor's going to do and the threat that's coming back at him. Hold on.
Say his time out of the cage has lent itself to his timing not being what it used to be, his movement not being what it used to be, his reflexes not being what they used to be.
That's correct, though. 3 years away, it will affect timing. It will affect speed. It will affect reflexes. Okay, it will affect the general, natural feeling that you have in the octagon. 3 years is a long time. I think my longest stint was with my eye about a year away from the octagon. And when I came back, I lost. I was a little bit rusty. I rushed back to the octagon far too quickly. I didn't take the time to kind of navigate the waters, to get used to fighting with one eye. It's not about me. It's about this guy, Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. 3 years, I do think a few things will be off.
Rafael Fiziev goes back and forth with a goat. Max Holloway talks about being dropped by Justin. During a podcast with Joe Rogan, Max reflected on a pivotal moment in his fight against Justin Gaethje, where he believes he was dropped, but it wasn't counted as a knockdown. Holloway recounted the punch, saying, all I remember was getting hit by that punch, and then I sat and then I came back up. I was like, what the f did he just hit me with? Despite acknowledging Gaethje's skill with the punch, Holloway expressed confusion as to why it wasn't officially scored as a knockdown.
Bro, all I remember getting hit by that punch, and then I sat and then I came back up. I was like, what the fuck did he just hit me with? You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit. I was like, that was a good punch. And then when I rewatched it, he hit me right on the top of my dome. I was like, holy smack, brother. This guy smacks. And then I was fine as soon as I got it. It was one of those boom, the legs
Flash.
just give out. The legs just give out. I was stood there. Even when I was standing, I was looking at him, but that I don't know how that didn't count as a drop, brother. I don't know what they count as a drop because
that has to count.
Because that was.
Jamahal Hill reveals that he was offered a main event fight against Khalil Rountree, but turned it down to be on the same card as Conor McGregor. A week after losing to Alex Pereira, it was announced the Jamahal Hill fight again, this time against rising contender Khalil. Following his marquee moment at UFC 300, arguably the biggest event in MMA history, Hill was offered to headline a future UFC Fight Night event. However, Hill shot it down and set his sights on fighting next to Conor McGregor upon UFC 303. Hill told Middle Easy that McGregor is the biggest star in UFC, and fighting him feels like being in a whole different league. Even though he had the chance to be in the main event against Khalil, he turned it down because he wanted to be on the same card as McGregor, which was happening soon and was a big opportunity for him. Jamahal Hill favors Magomed Ankalaev in a matchup against Alex Pereira. In a recent video, Hill shared his thoughts on a potential matchup between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira. Hill emphasized the urgency of his return to the octagon, stating, "That's part of the reason I wanted to come back so soon. I didn't want Magomed to get a hold of Alex first." He highlighted Ankalaev's southpaw stance as a potential advantage, noting Pereira's historical struggles against southpaw fighters. Hill pointed out Ankalaev's versatile skill set, mentioning his grappling proficiency and striking abilities. He concluded by stating, I'd probably favor Magomed."
No, I think Ankalaev should be next.
Do you think he can defeat Pereira, or do you see Pereira being the favorite just because of, activity and all these other things?
No. When I the film, I see that's part of the reason why I wanted to come back so soon. Also, I didn't want Magomed to get a hold of him first. Magomed's stance is a problem for Pereira. Pereira doesn't fight well against southpaws, which is part of why you can kind of like that whole sequence is pointed to. He doesn't take the angle, and he doesn't fight against southpaws very well. Magomed's a southpaw, and Magomed also can come with a very grapple heavy approach, as well as he picks decent shots, and he is capable on the feet. Yeah, I'd probably favor Magomed in that fight.
Conor McGregor releases new sparring footage. Sean O'Malley explains why he won't fight Merab Dvalishvili for the UFC title overseas. O'Malley won his first title defense by beating Marlon Vera in the main fight at UFC 299 in March. Now O'Malley can't wait to begin training for his upcoming fight. But since some of the next pay-per-view events already have fights planned, he is waiting for the right opportunity, as long as it's in the United States. On his Timbo Sugar Show podcast, O'Malley clears this.
I'm trying to book it. I'm trying to get it booked ASAP. The only issue is some of the next pay-per-views aren't in the country, and I'm not fighting out of the country. Yeah. Not necessarily because I don't want to. I don't want to. But, they have other people that, take other places. But I'm ready to go. I'm fucking wanting to book a fight ASAP.
Like you and Merab are going to have a really goofy shit talk lead up to the fight. Because he's been kind of silly. You're silly.
I'm very silly.
You guys are both very silly. So in my head, I'm picturing this kind of unique, goofy build up.
God, I just want to hit him with that knee. Boom, flatline him.
Ian Garry shares some grappling training footage while taunting Colby Covington.
Cadê Colby? Cadê você? Vamos, meu amor. Don't come.